One of the most popular setups that I'll use when I only have single bands, I don't have pairs of bands, but I want to do bilateral training, is to go ahead and take a bigger band and loop a smaller band through it. Now traditionally what you want to do with this is you want to make sure that the band that is hooked on, that is going to be the band that you're looping the smaller band through, is going to be bigger and be a stronger level band than the one you're looping through. In this case, I have a purple band and I'm looping a black band through. I typically recommend that you don't loop a band through a bigger band that is 2 or 3 levels below. As an example, this is my purple band. The level below that would be a black band. I'm using a black band to loop through. The key reason and understanding is this. This band setup here is a shorter band. It's only 20 inches long. Therefore, the tension development on this band, because now it's doubled, is going to be probably more than this. But because these are fairly close in proximity of resistance, you'll be able to go ahead and do some bilateral training because now you've been able to create 2 loops. So now you can go ahead and you can put it into this position and do some chest press work. You can also go ahead and do curls. You can go ahead and take it over top and do tricep presses. And you can go ahead and do a lot of back training with rowing. The key is you're going to have a bilateral setup. So that's the key to why you want to use this setup. Plus, you don't have pairs of bands, so it's hard to do bilateral training because you don't have pairs of bands, but yet you want to be able to do that. The key thing is that this is going to be a setup that is now, instead of 82 inches long, it's only going to be go ahead and be 41 inches long plus 20 inches long. So you're looking at a 60 inch to 61 inch length setup. That doesn't allow you to go ahead and stretch this system 2 yards. This system should be stretched about 1 yard to maybe 1.5 yards at the most, assuming you have the right tension development between these 2 bands. That's the key. Now, as I go ahead and stretch, both bands should stretch equally. If you see one band stretching significantly more than the other, you probably have the wrong tension setup going ahead. You have the wrong band set up so that you're over-tensioning or overstretching one band. Again, I realize that's a little bit complicated, but the key thing to understand is that this band here, you want it to be as close to the same resistance as this band. Because we've doubled it, it will go ahead and be that way. All right? So now we've gone ahead and we've set up a nice setup that you can go ahead and do a lot of different exercises with. All right? The other thing that's really good, and the last thing that's great about this setup, is you've lengthened the system. Yes, you'll need more floor space. However, because you've lengthened the system, you have a much more accommodating starting resistance because it's a longer system, which makes for an easier training and the ability to switch from one exercise to the next and have the optimal resistance to train the muscles for that exercise. Looping a smaller band into a bigger band. Great way to go ahead and train, especially if you're on the road traveling and all you have is single bands.